What's up, party people? Look, man, I don't know what to tell you. Let me turn that off. And look, I don't know what to tell you. I ain't. Knicks look good as usual. BB and Jack Frost. Um, oh man, y'all got to give me a second, yo. As usual, the Knicks look good, and then they just decide to do other things. I don't know what to say. Quick breakdown before we really get into the conversation. It looked like in the first quarter the Knicks played really, really good defense. They were, you got to stay focused. Like for some that just say, oh, you just got to play good defense, run over there, jump over there, switch over there. Nah, it's about focus. You understand what I'm saying? That's why some people are able to play better defense than others because their ability to focus is high. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Say what's up when y'all come in here. This is the Knicks. This is the Knicks talk. So voice your opinion. Let me know what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get some coffee over here. And no, this is a Friends cup, but I'm not a Friends fan. Alright? I'm just gonna let y'all know. So this is what I saw. I'm gonna tell you what I saw in the first quarter. In the first quarter, I saw the Knicks being really, really attentive on defense. I saw them helping out well. But what a lot of people might not notice is the reason why they were playing defense so well, it seemed, was because the Houston Rockets were pressing. And the reason why the Houston Rockets was pressing is because they were making their shots. It's much easier to play defense on the other team when you're making your shots because when you're turning the ball over, you're creating fast breaks or you're creating quick score opportunities for the other team. And when you're missing shots, and especially when there's long rebounds, you're doing the same. You're creating quick score opportunities for the other team, meaning everybody has to hustle back on defense, right? Now, when did the Knicks really start breaking down? When they put Beasley and Hernan Gomez on the floor at the same time. Both of these dudes are not good defensive players. Beasley because of his lack of focus, and Willie Hernan Gomez because of his lack of technique. His technique is terrible. That's why he usually fouls somebody or they score. Is if there is no middle ground. He rarely has good defensive play. And I like Herman Gomez because I think he got good footwork. He can score. Don't get it wrong. All right. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying that his technique is what's lacking. Technique could be taught. Um, technique could be taught. What Beasley is missing can't really be taught. You either engaged or you aren't, and Beasley seems to not be engaged often. What's up, fight heads? How you doing today? It's always a pleasure to see you. And not for nothing, but I was looking at your stuff on Instagram, and yeah, it looked like you got something going on there. And I'm about to check out your video that you just put up. Everybody, fight heads just put a video up, and anybody that follows boxing, you might want to follow her. She's I mean MMA. She's like really really big into MMA, and you might want to follow her channel. The name of her channel is Fight Heads MMA. Fight Heads MMA. You might want to give her a look. All right, so um, all I'm saying is that as far as the Knicks are concerned, defense is a problem. They have too many players who are defensive liabilities who they need to get effort out of. Beasley's problem is his ability to focus. Like Beasley can't focus. I mean, it's obvious. You understand what I'm saying? Hernan Gomez, his technique is terrible. The first quarter, the reason why they were killing Houston in the first quarter is because they were scoring, which was allowing for the Knicks to all get back on defense. When the Knicks can get all back on defense, they can play good defense no matter who's on the court. The problem is when there's long misses or when there's quick outlets, they're not hustling back. They're just not hustling back. I don't know what anybody else is seeing, but that's what I'm seeing. The Knicks just won't hustle back. I don't know what that says, Chatty. Oh, you're shopping. Oh, stopping by. Always a pleasure to have you. It's always a pleasure to have all you ladies. And not for nothing. Like we're all a community. You understand what I'm saying? Like it just so happens that we meet up here a lot, but we're all a community. We should be trying to. Just because somebody watches my channel, our channel here, it doesn't mean that we can't. They can't watch our channel there. You understand what I'm saying? Um, I'm not like some of these other YouTubers that think there's only enough room for a finite few. You understand? Like there's a finite number of YouTubers that it could be out there. You understand what I'm saying? Because I get bashed. I get bashed by the same YouTubers that start using my slang. But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing. It's not nothing I'm upset over. I'm trying to do something different, and hopefully. Anyway, today's my birthday, y'all. Did I mention that? Today is my birthday. I'm not gonna tell you how old I turn. And the Knicks have not helped out with the losing. But today is actually my birthday. Um, so Knicks issue and problem is, and everybody that hit that like button, everybody that came in, I appreciate y'all. But everybody that hit that like button, thanks. I appreciate that also. The Knicks, it's just, it seems like they can't. Thank you, Chatty. I appreciate you. It seems like they just can't stay focused. That's the issue. That's why the Knicks will have a great first quarter or two, and then all of a sudden they're terrible. They can't focus. That's the issue. That's the problem. Um, I think yeah, on a positive note, I want to mention some positive things. Thank you, I appreciate that. I want to mention some positive things. Um, I'll give Courtney Lee 2 or 3, maybe 2 or 3 more weeks, and Courtney Lee is gonna even be better. Courtney Lee has impressed me. Um, really, really, really impressed me. I think that he might turn out to be a better player than people are currently giving him credit for. I think Courtney Lee is going to, because he can shoot the three, and he can play D, and he can slash, and he can move without the rock. Now, when you have him doing all those 3 things, and you have Hardaway doing those same 3 things, you create, you create opportunities for other people. Because the main reason why you want your players to move without the rock. And before we go any further, anybody that's upset that the Knicks lost today, stop it. Like it would have been pretty hard for them to win if we would have been full. We had all of our players. It would have been a difficult game. I'm happy that they showed what they could do in the beginning of the game, even with the lack of. And I'm not talking to you no more, Chatty. Even with the lack of players that their roster, they was missing their starting center and their best player. Even missing those guys, they came out and they played really, really well in the beginning of the game. So I'm impressed. So I'm not upset. Well, you got other people that's gonna get upset. They're gonna be angry. They're gonna be like, "Oh, the Knicks is this and the Knicks is that," and I gotta go send out the link. The Knicks is this and the Knicks are that, and they're pissed off about whatever the reasons that they're pissed off at. You gotta remember, the Knicks weren't at full strength. The Rockets were at full strength. I know, baby girl, it's all good. I respect it. I'm not just saying that because you're cute. I'm saying that because I respect it. I respect real things. Um, the Knicks. I gotta go to Twitter. The Knicks were impressive. I wanted them to win, obviously, especially after they had the big beginning of the game. But at the same time, I'm just happy that we went out there and we did what we could do. Now, as far as Beasley is concerned, I know a lot of people are probably pissed off at Beasley, and rightfully so, not for nothing, because he had 26 in the first half or something like that, and then after the first half, I'm not sure what Beasley was doing. Beasley was just absolutely on some other stuff. Beasley just has a problem with focusing. I'm telling you, that's what Beasley's issue is. He can't focus. Anybody that doesn't know that. Hold on, where's this link? So because Beasley has a problem focusing, that's why he was turning the ball over like that. People was reaching in. They were playing physical with him. But look, when they playing physical with you, you gotta play physical back. You gotta either make the ref call, or you gotta foul on purpose and fuck them up. Like I'm keeping it a buck. Like I'm not even being a douchebag about this. You gotta foul them on purpose. You understand what I'm saying? Like you can't. You can't just let them do what they're gonna do to you. That's the point in which I'm trying to make. You got to understand. This is how it works. This is how refs call fouls. Just for everybody that don't know, because I know a lot of y'all don't know this. The refs call fouls because the team, or the person who's being the aggressor is gonna most likely get the foul call for them more than the person who is not being the aggressor. Like if you basically if you playing weak and the other guy's playing strong, there's a good chance that the player that's playing strong is going to be the guy beating you to the spot. That's going to be the one imposing, uh, you know, the play. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you're playing passive, you're not going to get that many calls. If you're going up weak and soft, you're not going to get that many calls. That's why Charles Smith didn't get those calls all that year ago. Everybody's like, yo, Charles Smith was getting fouled. Yeah, Charles Smith was getting fouled. That's facts. But he was also not going up very strong. He was going up weak. You can't call that foul. You understand what I'm saying? Especially not at the end of the game. So basically, when in the second half, all they did was they start bodying Beasley up. They start playing more aggressively with Beasley. And when they started bodying Beasley up and playing more aggressively with Beasley, it was just like there was nothing he can do. There was nothing he could do. I'm keeping it a buck. He was losing the ball. He was allowing for them to strip the ball from him. He was then not coming back on defense. So that was definitely a bad idea. You can't let them strip the ball from you, and then now you're allowing for them to be the other team to be on the break because you just gave the ball up, and you're not hustling back down on defense. Like you can't do that. Somebody else might make a good play, and then the play might get extended. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just assume because there's a fast break that the other team is gonna score. That it doesn't always work that way. That's what I'm saying. So Beasley is he's just an enigma. He's just everybody before everybody get down on Beasley and start making fun of Beasley and bad mouthing Beasley and cursing Beasley out. Beasley had depression issues, and whenever they say an athlete has depression issues, there's a good chance that they're trying to like it's cold for there's a good chance that Beasley at one time or another attempted suicide. You understand what I'm saying? Or he was on a suicide watch. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I just want to throw that out there because a lot of y'all don't understand that. Like, this dude, he really, he got issues. You understand what I'm saying? So, to be as talented as he is and to be getting such little bit of hitting, his ability, he's gonna get such a small part of his ability. It's a shame, but at the same time, look, the Knicks play Houston. They play Houston well. Very upset that they lost, but at the end of the day, that was a good growing pains. Like these are the type of games that we need. We need these type of games, and I never want to lose. Period. But these are the type of games we need. Let's just keep it above. These are the type of games. Here, I'm fucking pissed off, but these are the type of games that we need. We need these type of games. We need games where players can grow. Now, with that being said, I'm pretty sure that the reason why they didn't play the reason why KP did not play tonight is because they already knew that they were not going to play the center. I'm fucking going crazy right now. They knew that they weren't gonna play Cantor, and because they knew that they weren't gonna play Cantor, they knew that the Knicks' chances of winning was probably gonna be slim. So I'm telling you, the Knicks use this game, and they're playing against a Western. See, this is another thing you gotta understand. Popovich does this a lot, and he got in trouble a while back for doing this when he went to Miami and he sat like almost all his starters, and it was like I think everybody thought it might be Tim Duncan's last years, and he sat all of his starters, and people was like, why would you do this in Miami? Because people, you only come over here once a year. Being one team is in the Western Conference and the one other team is in the Eastern Conference, and why you sitting your big players and this and this and that. But it's genius. He's sitting his players against a team in the other conference because then the head-to-head matchup won't count. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta understand. That's what they doing. So they sat Cantor, because Cantor was gonna sit because of his back. So they also just said, you know what, this is a game that we're also gonna allow for KP to get a rest. It's the the head to head matchup isn't gonna count because one team is in the West and the other team is in the East. That's just the way it is. Anyway, nobody else got anything to go in on this on the Knicks, particularly tonight. I'm supposing nobody showed up because how pissed off everybody is that the Knicks lost. It is what it is. But congratulations, Chatty, your team won. I'm not a sore loser, and I might uh take. I'm gonna start up another stream where I'm gonna talk about hip hop, basically the Mace Cameron situation, and I'm gonna enlighten some people on some of the stuff that I know because I know a little bit about that situation. And I'm gonna start that stream on the PlayStation though because it's a really long conversation and I don't want to have to hold my phone like this the whole damn time because that shit is irritating. So I'm gonna cut this stream off. I'm gonna be back in about I don't know 5-10 minutes. Look, I love y'all. From now on, after every Nick game, I'm going to be doing an after post game conversation. But since we don't have anybody talking about the Knicks currently, I just gave my point of view on this particular game. And next time, hopefully, we get more people in here talking about the Knicks, and then we see what it is. It's like that. It's that simple. Um, I love y'all. All right, I'll be right back anyway. But like I said, just real quick recap on what I was saying. 'Cause I've seen a couple people come in. Real recap on what I was saying as far as the Knicks go. I wanted to win the game. I'm not too upset that we lost the game because I understand what the Knicks was doing. This is not a inter-conference team. This is a out-of-conference team as far as one team is in the West, one team is in the East. So our head-to-head matchup isn't going to actually count. So knowing that Cancer wasn't going to be able to play, they didn't want to put the extra onus on Chris Stapps to try to be big. So that's why they sat Chris Stapps. I'm pretty sure Chris Stapps, if need be, if this was the playoffs or anything like that, Chris Stapps would have played. He would have played. If it was the playoffs, anything like that, Chris Stapps would have played. Also, Beasley, he's just not dependable. But I guarantee you, every game, if we could get Beasley on the right run, we could get Beasley to average 10, 15 points a game. On Twitter, I seen somebody say that we trying to up his value so we could trade him. Ain't nobody trying to trade for Beasley, man. Nobody trying to trade for this guy, yo. Y'all forget this guy just was in China somewhere or something. Nobody trying to trade for him, man. This dude came down to fucking to the Bronx. He came down here to Dykeman. He was in the tournament in Dykeman, and y'all gotta understand when you play basketball in New York, niggas talk crazy. So he was at the tournament in Dykeman, and people started talking crazy to him, and he just wanted to fight. It got crazy. It was out of insane. It is what it is. But like I said, you know what I'm saying. Just I think that they're gonna find a way to fit him in. They're gonna find a way to fit him in. But nobody's trading for BC, man. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. I love y'all. Stay safe. And I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna probably I'm gonna be back. I'm about to start up another stream where I'm gonna talk about hip hop. I'm gonna talk about the Mason Cameron situation specifically, and I might talk about anything else y'all guys bring up. You know how I do. If y'all want to talk about something and y'all want to know my opinions on something, all you gotta do is ask me. But as far as that is, I'm about to talk about the Mace Cameron situation. I'm gonna need about 10-15 minutes though. Anyway, I love y'all. I'll be right back. Later.